Hello, my loves. My name is Richie V, and I am finally hitting that point of inspiration.
In 1.3 miles, continue onto I-278 East.
Just so you know, she likes to speak all the time whenever I'm doing one of my
Lane
voice
closure
messages.
ahead in 1.2 miles.
And
The right lane is closed.
And she keeps
You're still
going.
on the fastest route.
Thank you. Ugh. Anyway, the whole reason why I am putting my voice out there finally through guides and stuff like that, I have fallen prey, just like everybody else, to hunting down on YouTube what is Ascension, what is Awakening, what is 3D, what is 4D, what is 5D, and so on. And every time I watch a video that I'm guided to watch, I get another piece of that puzzle. And I am out here now to bring my pieces of the puzzle to all of you who are searching their hearts, their energy fields, just all of your amazingnesses. And I'm also putting out there that watch what you're guided to watch on YouTube. Don't start falling down a rabbit hole, because what happens, and my guides yell at me all the time, they're like, why did you watch that? And I have a very open communication.
Continue onto I-278 East.
She's just always a part of everything. I just don't understand, man. But it's okay. Anyway, and you'll watch certain videos and you know, some of the words and, you know,
in 7.8 miles, exit left to merge onto Belt Parkway east toward Kennedy Airport.
I apologize for all of her vocal blah blah blahs. I'm actually commuting to work, which has often given me time to reflect and a lot of healing while I'm working. And a lot of times I will see signs that say stop texting and driving, and I'm not gonna lie, like I do every so often do that, but I'm like, I'm not doing it that much. And one day I was doing what I usually do, which is meditating driving. And I'm sure people out there will have perspectives and stuff like that, and that's okay. To each his own, to each their own. At the end of the day, we are all one. Our guides are all ours. Just some work with us on an individual basis. Just always be mindful of that. Also, always be mindful that because so-and-so is communing with so-and-so, name-wise doesn't mean that you might not be communing with that very being who's giving you a different name. And there are an infinite amount of guides and beings and ancient wisdomers that are here to help us bring the Christ consciousness energy down directly from God, Mother, Father, you know, all of the above. But anyway, I digress, even though I've kind of like forgot what I was talking about. I can't stand when that happens. I'm sure you guys are all used to that. But 3D, 4D, 5D. So don't get caught up in that. Wherever you are, you are. What we need to focus on is healing. You know, it's not just this lifetime. It's as I've gone through, and I am going to share my experience, which is part of the beginning of sharing my part of what I call the Well of Wisdom Library, is we have so many wounds that we're not aware of. I have found out through going through and healing my shadow side. Your shadow side is only as scary as you make it. And if you suppress the shadow, which is what we're all taught to do, just, you know, oh, don't feel this way, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. What happens is you keep bottling your shadow. So I became highly concerned and fearful of my shadow. And then I finally journeyed and I saw my shadow, and she was locked up in a dungeon. And I was waiting for this big scary monster, because that's all I kept thinking. And with all of my guides guiding me through and stuff like that, she came out of her cloak, and my shadow side was just as beautiful as my light side. So just a little food for thought. Like, don't be afraid of what lurks inside, because without shadow, your light can only burn so bright. You need both to understand discernment, to understand how your intuition and your psychic gifts operate. So just please be mindful of all that. I'm not really sure what this video is oh my goodness, what's the word I'm looking for? I always get like, this is why my channel is called Orb of Enlightenment, because as I'm sharing, I re-heal and re-teach, because I love to teach, I love to guide. I know what my destiny is, and I'm so excited for it. But only I was able to tell myself my destiny. I couldn't search outside myself. That's what this video is going to be. There we go. I just hit that nail on the head. Searching outside of yourself to find out who you are, what you are, where you are, when you are. It will do nothing but cycle spin this out. And the best visual, which came to me in a dream, and I touched on it, and I couldn't figure out what the dream represented, because I'm like, my car tires are fine, I know. But in my dream, I was sitting in traffic, and we all know what traffic does to us. Oh my goodness, can we talk about a fear-angering manifestation situation? Like, holy crap, man, holy crap. But I crossed over a metal wire that I knew intuitively I should not have done. And I was like, shit, man, I'm gonna do this. And I did it, and I blew out 3 of my tires in my dream. And I woke up, forgot all about it, and all of a sudden I'm driving to the gym, and bam, I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, no, my guides are like, that is not what that was. It's a very symbolic, you need to understand what that is. And what I'm saying is, if you keep searching outside of yourself, you're gonna keep crossing that metal line, and eventually you'll blow your tires out, meaning you'll blow your brain out, because you're never gonna know what's in here. I wish I could show you my heart center, but like, you'll never know what's here by seeing what so-and-so is doing. Don't make somebody else your God. You're your own beacon of light. You are your own God. You are your own king. You are your own queen. And those words have different meanings in the grand galactic of everything. And there's so much more than labels and being like, oh my God, what am I? And I fell down that hole. And I was exposed to people to help wake me up to not fall down that hole. And of course, you know, the human side is, I got this under control. I got this under control. Yeah, not so much. So I'm hoping that this video on searching inward as opposed to outward, not concerning yourself with what people are saying about 3D, 5D, 4D. My guides say this, my guide. You know what? It's an individual journey. But at the end of the day, the destination is still the same. We all want to go back to God. And my journey, which I'm going to post, was quite the journey, to the point where I have been healing for a year and a half. And then everything really kind of pulsed forward after that. But there's no right pace. There's no wrong pace. Ascension is coming. The awakening is coming. Just go with what feels right. And stop judging yourself. Oh, I like that. Yeah, stop judging yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you don't love you, you can't give love out. And if you can't love you, you won't let love in. So it's a constant, infinite energy exchange. Constant. Just love you. And start to listen to that little voice inside your head. Whether it's negative or positive, because sometimes negative thoughts can turn it and transmute into a positive. And nothing is off limits. Anything you see if you're meditating, anything you see if you're dancing, anything that resonates if you're speaking to somebody else, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, that just blah, blah, blah. There's a reason. There's a connection. You know, our mind, our heart, our energy fields, it's so much more. It's so much more. It's so much more beautiful. But really go in. Please go in. Go in, go in, go in. It's so hard because we're so programmed, we're so conditioned to go out, to talk to people outside. You'll know who you resonate with. You'll know. Glow with them. Glow bright with them. ones you don't resonate with, don't let that human, oh, be nice to everybody. You know what? No. Be nice to you first. When you love this, all of this, you'll attract that same back. And you'll start to feel when you have ones that are coming, because they will be attracted. The brighter you burn, the more you draw. And don't be afraid of that, because that's everything. That is everything. That is just, it's beautiful. And then the gift behind being that is you get to feel who should be like this and who should be like this in the heart, in the higher heart, in all of the energy fields. I hope these words resonate with you guys. Much love. These videos will heal me. They will guide others. Don't make a human your God. Only guidance, not a God. Guidance. If someone starts telling you blah, 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 don't fall prey to that. I've experienced so much of it in my own journey, and I was falling prey to it, thinking I wasn't ready, thinking I wasn't right, thinking I wasn't good enough. I see the world through child's eyes. You know, I view the ego as an inner child that just needs nurturing and healing all the time. And everybody wants to rip it away and rip it away and rip it away. As long as we're in physical form, the ego is here as an experience. It's not to be ripped out of us. That's like avoiding emotions. Doesn't work like that. At least
in
that's
7.4 miles.
Ooh,
keep right onto Brooklyn Queens
7.4.
Expressway toward Queens.
11. Ooh, see? And like numerology is just constantly in my mind. Like, so again, much love, putting it out there. You can feel free to comment, reach out, you know, negative, positive. Everything is a learning experience and growth for myself. And from my heart to your heart, let's acknowledge the energies together. Let's all walk that road back to God together. There's no right way, there's no wrong way. Just don't hurt anybody. That's the only thing I will say.
Roadwork ahead in 2.6 miles. 2 right lanes are closed. You're still on the fastest route.
Fastest route. You heard that? That is no coincidence, guys. Fastest route.